library.
Why so glum, Archie?
Something is scaring Riverdale citizens into a state of shock, and I have no leads. What kind of weird mystery investigator am I?
When they found Pop Tate, he didn't say a word. He just stared off into space, clutching an overdue library book notice and muttering, "Quiet Violet," over and over again.
There's that name again. Quiet Violet. Maybe when all the victims get better, they'll be able to tell us what it means. Wait a minute. Did you say Pop Tate was holding an overdue library book notice?
Yes?
Reggie's overdue book notice. That's it! There has to be a connection between the library and what is happening. Mwah! Thanks, Betty. You're wonderful.
It took Reggie's overdue library book notice for you to notice that I'm wonderful?
Hello, Archie. What can I do for you?
This may seem like a strange question, but has anything out of the ordinary happened here lately?
Not out here where everyone can hear us. I don't want to alarm the library patrons, but I've noticed a lot of unusual occurrences since I took over as head librarian.
Like what?
Sometimes I get the feeling that there's some strange presence behind me, but when I turn around, no one is there. There have also been sudden drops in temperature and a cold breeze through the library when there isn't an open window. And even stranger things. The books shelve themselves. Patrons will ask for a book and it will appear on the desk. Even a batch of overdue book notices disappeared yesterday.
I bet there were 12 of those notices, right?
Yes, there were. How do you know that?
Something scared Reggie, Pop Tate, and 10 other Riverdale citizens into advanced stages of shock last night. The only thing that all 12 victims had in common? They each had overdue library books.
It's almost as if something is trying to help out the library, but doesn't realize how spooky all this seems.
Interesting. This sounds like a classic poltergeist manifestation. Mind if I look around?
If it will help get rid of this problem before it scares people away, you can investigate all you want.
It's been hours. I guess the watched pot never boils, and the looked-for poltergeist never shows up. On the other hand, you always find your car keys in the last place you look. I guess that also applies to poltergeists. Maybe I really didn't think this through. What do I do now? Excuse me? Pardon me? I said, excuse me!
Quiet!
I think I just overplayed my hand. Did anyone see where that ghost went? Oops, never mind.
Quiet! No shouting in the library! I'm not going to warn you again!
Sorry, I didn't realize folks on the other side were so picky about library etiquette. Oh!
Troublemaker! I warned you!
I've heard of throwing the book at someone, but this is going too far. Whoa! This is not going to end well. I can feel it. Whoa! Leave me alone. Go and rid someone's mind or something. Oh! Ow! Ouch! Ow! That's smart.
I hope you've learned your lesson. Behave yourself in the library.
Yes, ma'am. I make it a policy never to argue with angry ectoplasm.
Very well. Put these books on the cart when you're through with them.
In memoriam, Violet Stanhope. Of course, the old head librarian. I guess it's too late to keep this from scaring people away from the library. Wait a minute. Violet Stanhope. Quiet Violet. There must be something in all these library books on hauntings for getting rid of ghosts.
I just can't believe that Miss Stanhope's ghost really means to scare all these people.
What's up?
Archie traced all those mysterious incidents back to the library.
The old head librarian's ghost is haunting Riverdale, so we're trying to find a way to stop her before she scares anyone else.
Leave this one alone, Archie. Don't go up against Quiet Violet.
Calm down, Jughead. What's gotten into you?
Just promise me you won't go back to that library.
What do you have against the library, Jughead?
I never told anyone this story before. I was only 6 years old. It was my first and last visit to the library. It was fun at first. There were so many exciting things to see. Then she came by and started to ruin it.
That's not a toy, little boy!
There was this really interesting book, but Quiet Violet wouldn't let me enjoy it.
That book isn't for little boys! Go to the children's section where you belong!
Even that couldn't spoil it for me. Later, there was an even better book in the children's section. This book was so funny, I couldn't stop myself from laughing. But Quiet Violet couldn't let me enjoy the book.
Quiet! No laughing in the library!
I felt about as low as a little boy could. I decided to leave the library before I started crying, but she wasn't done with me yet.
Wait! Come back here, little boy! Stop!
And I never went back to the library after that.
Violet Stanhope wasn't a bit like that, Jughead. She may have looked a little frightening, but she cared about children. She helped me get my first library card.
All I know is that if she was that frightening in life, she must be twice as horrible as a ghost.
I can't even understand why she would haunt the library in the first place.
Here's something. It says here that many ghosts haunt a place because they have unfinished business left over from their lives.
So, if we figure out what Miss Stanhope's unfinished business is, we can help her finish it and she'll stop haunting the